Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Daley. He's a defensive back out of Virginia Tech. How you doing, man?
How you doing? I'm doing good. You all right?
Doing fine, doing fine. You know, it seems each and every year we get a stellar defensive back out of Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia Tech just seems to be like a hot spot for some really good guys there in the secondary. So, really looking forward to talking to you. So, uh, Tay, bring us up to speed a little bit. Talk to us a little bit about maybe where you're from and how you got there to Virginia Tech.
My hometown is Warner Robins, Georgia. Graduated high school early in 2017. I went to play at Vanderbilt from 2017 to 2020. I had a pretty good career there. I met Daryl Tapp the year of 2020. He's a special teams assistant coach then. Uh, he moved on to Virginia Tech 2021, into the transfer portal 2021, and the rest is history pretty much.
Gotcha. So, I mean, obviously, finishing out your time there at Virginia Tech, kind of like I said, man. I mean, Virginia Tech is just one of those, places. I know the team that I follow and cheer for. It just seems like they always seem to find a guy that's a Hokie or ex-Hokie. It's just one of those things. I mean, maybe just kind of local guy. So hopefully maybe you'll end up at that on that team. But how would you describe yourself as a prospect? I mean, I introduced you as a defensive back. So tell me a little bit about where you've played there in the secondary.
I started off my freshman year basically at nickel, just trying to get in on the defense, learn the defense, get some playing time where I could. Played a little corner, played mostly safety. I was recruited as a safety, so I pretty much did it all when it comes to DB. So
Gotcha.
and just
I have you in my notes. Fair size for a defensive back that's not going to really limit you one way or the other. So I mean, you're looking at a guy who's about 5'11", 200 pounds. I mean, which is solid. So obviously, not too skinny, not too big. I mean, we can move you around, in either of those safety positions or even at any of the corner positions where it's inside or out. So, what do you feel separates you as a prospect? I mean, what do you feel like is the best part of your game?
just my versatility. I can play nickel. I can play safety. I'm very smart, very instinctive. I do a lot of prep throughout the week as far as just anticipating what the offensive coordinator and the quarterback and receivers plan to attack us. So I got a lot of things and I got a lot of experience in my belt. I also played in the SEC and the ACC now, so you know I I've seen a lot of different competition. So I bring a lot to the table as far as just being versatile, and then I'm also physical. Like I come up and hit, and I can also cover. I got good zone, got good man technique. So
So, I mean, obviously, a guy who's played in two of the best conferences in college football. Uh, Give us just, I don't know, a handful of those guys that you feel that you've gotten at least one over on that, you can say that, yeah, I've played up against that one guy and, I was able to hold him down or what have you. Who are like the top, like, 3 to 5, like, receivers that you've had to face?
uh, I've intercepted Kyle Pitts in Florida. Uh, Played against Debo Samuel. Played against Brian Edwards, uh, DK Metcalf. I mean, it's a lot of dudes I done played against that's up there, that's in the league right now, that's doing pretty big things, and I feel that I held my own against them in competition. So
That's great. So like, who is the one guy that like you aspire to be? Like, whenever you kind of study guys like at the next level there in the NFL, like, who is either the guy that you study or maybe even your favorite defensive back? in the NFL?
I mean, it's a combination of a lot of dudes, but I think my favorite would probably have to be Tyrann Matthew, just the way he played, just his relentlessness of how he attacked the game, of how he prepare for the game, his energy that he brings to the game. He's known as a fearless competitor. So that would probably have to be my number one.
And he's also the kind of guy who brings a whole lot of leadership to the table. So I mean, it's kind of find it a little interesting there. I mean, you kind of chat about the honey badger there. I mean, one of the things about the honey badger that I feel like a lot of people really don't give him credit for, because I mean, I think a lot of people look at him as a very feisty guy there. May not be as big, but still able to make a huge impact, but also a great leader on and off the field. So talk to me a little bit about you and your leadership skills. Do you feel like you're a person that could take up the role as a leader?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I have no problem leading the same way I have no problem following. You know what I'm saying? So, people they usually kind of gravitate towards me. You know what I'm saying? So I take that with great pride, and making sure that I'm always doing the right thing and leading by example, not always just saying stuff, but just having my actions show for what I'm speaking on.
Cool. And just kind of give me a little bit of a feel for like how you would prepare like on a regular basis. Like when we talk about like things like the weight room and the film room, give me some examples about how that has helped you develop into a better player.
So, I learned a lot, over my years. I'm a real reflective person, not try not to make the same mistake twice, and just going through my career, I noticed myself as the season went on, I kind of felt myself getting weaker. So I put an effort, like an extra emphasis on working out throughout the week, trying to maintain my strength. So going into game 12, game 11, the last games of the season, that I'm, healthy and strong. So, and then as far as just film, I always try to get in. I always try to get a day ahead of the film. So we go over first down on Tuesday and second down on Wednesday. I'm already looking at all that stuff on Monday, just so it'll be fresh in my mind. I've already seen it.
So, like, when you think about guys that are the playmakers, perhaps, I mean, however you want to call that, guys at your position, I mean, I think a lot of people might say, hey, this guy prefers cardio because, I mean, he's got to, keep up his wind or whatever. But, I mean, you still got to go in there, go in the weight room and get your, business done. I mean, as you're going in the weight room and doing things there, like, what's like your favorite lift that you try to, I guess, excel at the most?
Uh, I mean, I kind of I try to not to focus on one thing. You know what I'm saying? Upper body, lower body, core, stability. Just try to do a combination of everything, just so one aspect of my game don't fall off as far as my legs or my strength with my arms. So
Sure, and just kind of going back to that whole idea of you developing into a better player, trying to maybe correct some of your mistakes and really get better out there on the field. I mean, when you're studying film, let's look at your opponents. So, is there any example of maybe one time where you were able to find something on film that you were able to really take it and exploit it and really do well in a game time situation? Can you give me an example?
yeah, I can give you an example. So for instance, like on Fridays, uh, the night before the game, I always go back and I watch the quarterback mechanics. So, I watch, how he interacts with the O-line, how he interacts with the receiver, how he interacts with the running back, and just try to pick up on certain cadences that, certain tendencies that he does, for instance. And usually what I found out is it's the slightest things, So like one guy might wipe his knee before he hikes the ball or grab his towel or lick his knee exactly. So it's just little key points that I could pick up on that give me the extra, extra.
Extra edge. I get it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, just extra edge, just so I can, use that to my benefit in the game. So
so, tell me about like I don't know. Obviously, you've been able to exploit that a couple different times. Make some great plays out there. What do you feel is like your most memorable moment of your time, either playing for Vandy or Virginia Tech?
Uh, so playing for Vanderbilt, I would have to say definitely against Florida. My junior year, I had 2 interceptions in the first half. I mean, that was big for me. And then Virginia Tech, it would have to honestly, it's the last play that I ever played against UVA. And I had the game winning deflection to ice the game. So
Sweet. I mean, obviously, being able to get that one play against your rival, I mean, that's the way to go.
yeah,
That's the way to end it all. So, love it. So Tay, I mean, obviously, finished up a great career there, in college, which propelled you to get an invite to the Tropical Bowl. So tell us about your experience with the Tropical Bowl, just kind of overall, like any sort of story you want to share from that.
I mean, it was great. I mean, I had a good time, went out there, met some cool dudes, met some nice coaches. It was everything was on the fly. You had to learn the defense on the fly. You had to get dressed on the fly. Everything was on the fly. So it taught me a lot. And I definitely enjoyed it. It was out in Florida under the sun, so you can't beat that.
Yeah, totally can't beat that so much, except for the fact that, I mean, obviously you got to come prepared so, like, you don't get too much sun and die. So,
Exactly,
but
exactly.
no, I feel you there. So, obviously, All-Star game, two things typically happen. You build relationships, and you actually sit down and talk to some NFL scouts.
Yes.
How did those interviews go, man? Tell me about how that worked out for you. Any sort of experience that you want to share there.
I mean, it was great. I ended up speaking with a scout from the Titans, and we had a nice conversation. We talked for a while. Funny thing is, I didn't even think about the interviews going down to the Tropical Bowl, so I ended up having to go buy like a nice outfit, like an hour before the meeting started. But I got everything done, and look, and I was well dressed, and I feel like I did pretty good in the interview.
Well, I mean, a lot of those interviews, I think it's not so much that you have to get like all nice and like in a
Yeah,
tie or whatever. It's just
yeah,
they just don't want you looking like a scrub. They want you
yeah.
at least a little cleaned up. Um,
Yeah, and then I just it was just a collar shirt and some slacks. It wasn't nothing serious.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you there. Uh, so a lot of people know you as this guy, that had played for Vanderbilt and Virginia Tech. But even if you go back a little further, you find really this all-state soccer player in high school. Talk about your experience playing the other football and how that like translates to the American game.
I mean, soccer. It was. I had a great experience playing soccer. My soccer coach, Coach Saeed, he did a great job. Just introducing me to the game. He just told me to come out and try it. He said I might like it, and I ended up falling in love with it. And I mean, I love playing soccer because a lot of the stuff that happens in football transfers over to American football, just as far as stamina, flipping your hips, uh, change of direction. There's a lot of different things that help me become a better football player as well. So
And just kind of talking about your time overall, whether it be there like in high school or throughout like those other universities that you had the opportunity to play for. Is there maybe one coach from one of those places that has instilled upon you perhaps like a lesson, whether it be a life lesson or a lesson there in the game that still sticks with you today?
uh, yeah, no, I could definitely say that. It's actually quite a few, but the one that probably sticks out with me the most is my head coach from Vanderbilt, Coach Mason. He has a lot of sayings that he used to tell us almost every day, and that I'll never forget. They always stick with me.
I think every single head coach has some sort of a saying. So,
Yeah,
but definitely great that you had the opportunity to just kind of be a sponge to some great coaches out there.
yeah.
So, let's get a chance. I do want to meet this Tay Daley dude outside of an athlete. So tell me about yourself a little bit. Anything interesting, fun, unique, special, quirky, however you want to call it, but hobbies, interests, or something. So go ahead and lay it on me.
I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Always been interested in business. Always tried to, make my own businesses and just venture off into the business world. I enjoy cooking. I love cooking. Uh, I feel like I'm a great cook as well. Uh, I have an interest of flying. I want to get my pilot's license. Yeah.
All righty then. That's definitely interesting. I mean, I don't know how a scout feels about that. Maybe they want you to wait a little bit.
Yeah, no, I
But
definitely plan on waiting for a while, but I've always had an interest of I love flying, and I just feel like getting my pilot's license would be like the ultimate one of the ultimate achievements that I can get.
sure. What'd you get your what'd you major in school? What'd you get your degrees in? I see a plaque there in the back. I don't know if that's yours or not.
Yeah, no, that's not mine. It's actually my girlfriend. She graduated from Georgia, so
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, I graduated with a sociology degree and um, um a business minor, and from Virginia Tech, I graduated with my master's in education. So,
Nice, interesting. So, with a master's in education, does that mean that you might be like a teacher or something, or
uh,
where would that put you? I guess really what my question is like, what would your profession be? Um, maybe either after football or like if there was no football.
uh, like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, so
No, no, I feel you.
I'm a business capitalist. So I wanna own a lot of different businesses in a lot of different industries. Try to have my hands in a lot of different things as far as agriculture, real estate, automotives. So
So automotive wise, like I know this is kind of a side question, but hey, it's still fun. When you think about maybe perhaps that one car, dream car, you got a
mm,
dream car that if you had all the money in the world to spend, is that one, do you know of that one car that you might go out and buy?
yeah, I probably have to say that the Lamborghini truck. I like the way it looks. It looks so nice to me, and it's
Sweet.
fast. So
Gotcha. Well, nice to kind of, I guess pick your brain a little bit, as the guy that you are outside of this game. Let's go ahead and try and wrap up a little bit. Tell us about what you got going on right now. You're preparing for your pro day, where you're at, facility you're with, and maybe some expectations you have for your pro day.
yeah, so right now I'm currently training in Atlanta, Georgia with PPF. Uh, his name Coach Richard. He does a wonderful job. I've been with him for about 8 to 9 weeks right now. We've been training pretty hard. Uh, I got high expectations for my pro day. I want to run low, really a high 4.3. I believe I can get a 4.4, 4.3. I'm pretty fast. People they don't understand how fast I am, but I'm gonna show them. I'm definitely gonna show them my pro day. Uh, Bench press, I expect to get around 20. I'm also pretty strong, so I got I got a lot of stuff that's gonna surprise the scouts come pro day. So
Well, hey, man. I mean, if you're benching 20 times, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe we're gonna end up, putting you in it like a linebacker. You keep
yeah,
bulking up there. So I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. But hey, man. As we've completely wrap up our time here, I do want to give you one last moment to speak to all those scouts out there who really want to know more about you. You want to. I want you to go ahead and give them your pitch as to perhaps why they should take a chance on you, sign you, bring you into their franchise. So, what kind of a teammate would you be if they took a chance on you?
man, I'm like I said before, I'm a dude that leads by example. I'm one of those cats I'm the first one there, I'm the last one to leave. I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to find the edge. I'm always trying to, help motivate my teammates to become better players. And the overall goal is to win. So I'm always down for the cause. And, picking me that's who you getting. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a hard-nosed dude who's willing to work hard every day, going to work every single day, lay it all on the line when it's time to lay it on the line and, get the job done. So
Great. So, again, just kind of reiterating a couple things that we've kind of mentioned like throughout our time here. I mean, you're getting a solid dude who really you could plug and play in almost any position there in the secondary. Guy who's a leader, a tough guy, a guy who's got a whole lot of stamina that could be out there on special teams doing his thing there. So,
I
uh,
love special teams.
hey
I love
man, I
special
mean,
teams.
you got to put your foot in the door somewhere, and if that's your
Yeah.
niche, from the get go, then all power to you. But I do feel like you got a lot going for you right now as a prospect, and really looking forward to that pro day, man. I wish you best of luck with what you got going on. All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
No problem. Once again, I have with me Tay Daley. He's a defensive back out of Virginia Tech. Definitely check him out.